Good morning, and thank you for joining us on this Super Bowl
The
Sunday.
Steelers were set to play the Packers on Super Bowl Sunday. The majority of the nation is either planning their perfect Super Bowl party or most likely still in bed. Andrew, however, always had eyes on his email.
Going back to the start of Spot, our inception was right in the middle of a global financial meltdown.
December 2008 is when Andy and I quit our jobs to start Spot. And at the time, it seemed like the entire economy was on the verge of collapse. And on the way, as we were going along meeting with different people, it seemed like all of them had some advice for us.
One of the first sales calls we made was directly following when we quit our jobs. And the first customer that we saw basically told us to go back to our old boss and tell him that we were sorry.
It seemed like almost everybody that we called on or talked to seemed to say, no, we just can't take the risk with somebody that really is so new.
But we were hungry. You know, we knew the shipping business and we knew we could do it right.
Simply put, these shippers needed a partner that would do whatever it took to get the job done.
Looking back, maybe we were a little crazy, but at the time it just didn't seem that way. We were addicted to freight, and we knew that we could control the basics, which was executing at a high level. And we really just needed somebody just to give us a chance.
No investors, no silent partners. Andrew and Andy truly started this from scratch.
We had 3, maybe 4 people just working the phones all day and all night.
We were there all the time. Nights, weekends, holidays.
It was tough. It really was a little scary. Probably though the most enjoyable part about that journey was when we used to sit around. We spent a lot of time together as a team, and we would draw up ideas, come up with ways to really set this company apart.
Before we knew it, Spot's identity was beginning to take shape.
Spot will do what others won't. We never give back freight, and we will always honor our bid awards with 100% acceptance.
Spot will do the little things right. We will focus on the fundamentals and never get distracted.
Spot will be capacity driven. We will always make sure that our dedicated carriers are our #1 customers.
Spot is more than just a broker. We have become an extension of the supply chain, a true partner for our customers.
Like I was saying, it's Super Bowl Sunday 2011, and Andrew gets an email.
A large bottler needed to get 7 to 8 shipments from Iowa to Missouri, and no one in the industry even responded to the email, except for Andrew.
I noticed on the email it included us along with some of the largest trucking companies in the country. And after a while, I noticed that nobody even responded back to the shipper who was in need. And so I decided to throw back a response, and didn't really at the time have a solution for them, but knew we would make it happen. Looking back on that day, we really came out pretty negative in terms of finances, but we delivered every load, and we delivered every load as they needed it, and so that's really what matters to Spot.
This is a perfect example of doing what others won't. And we kept going above and beyond, and that's when people really started catching on.
As our customer list grew, so did our office.
Yeah, we didn't have a fancy office or the resources that we have now, but that's the atmosphere that united us. We felt like we were building something together.
It was a work hard, play hard mentality. You knew something special was happening.
It was unconventional, but the enthusiasm of the office was contagious. We sometimes slept under our desks because that's how much dedication we had.
I think when you work that closely with people, they become like family.
And that's the time when we truly started to develop an industry-specific focus.
This was just-in-time shipping, a space that no one else really wanted to play in.
Spot was on the map and taking off fast because people started to recognize that we knew what we were doing.
It was around that time that Jeremiah, one of the first guys that we hired, told us that he was moving to be with family down in North Carolina.
And we saw this as an opportunity to open a second office in what is a booming city that really has a vast pool of talent.
Andrew and Andy trusting me with the Charlotte office really showed me how much they value their employees. It became important for me not to let them down.
Meanwhile, a new problem started to emerge in Indy.
We grew from 2 people to over 200 in a short period of time, and we just didn't know where to put everybody.
We really needed a space that matched our attitude and our ambitions as a company.
Somewhere to go for maximum productivity, but to have fun at the same time.
and somewhere with enough room for a big, loud gong.
Looking back, it was pretty hard and it was difficult to leave that little space where we all started. And it's the place where Spot was created and where it all began. But we weren't leaving our culture, and I think that was most important to us, is who we are as Spot. It's not the office, it's the people.
Whether it's continuing to expand in Indy by moving up to another floor,
We're bringing the culture of Spot to another city through our Charlotte expansion.
Or developing our own custom platform, Red, which is changing the way that we move freight.
Or growing faster than any other logistics company around, all from the ground up.
So whether Spot's story really started on a Super Bowl Sunday,
or 10 years ago at the height of a recession,
every day is an opportunity for us to do what others won't.
To do the little things right.
To care about our customers.
And be more than just a broker.
Because our people get what separates us in the industry, and they're making Spot what it is today and what it will be for the next 10 years.